Ahoy there, Legion! 'Tis the day of the Devstream, so you know I got a recap and review for you. First things first, Fortuna's targeted release date, to quote DE, is going to be the first week in November. So let's load up the calendar and our trusty thinking monocle. While technically the first would qualify, I got a feeling based on past releases, this is not what they meant. Likewise, the second would lead to a weekend release, and it's such a hefty amount of content, they know it's going to require patches somewhere in that mix, so that would just put undue stress on the weekend skeleton crew. Thus, that leaves the following week as the real target, specifically Tuesday the 6th. That gives them all a Monday and potentially Tuesday to sprint to the finish line while providing the rest of the work week to put out any fires that will likely have slipped through the cracks. In reality, it's more likely going to be the 8th or even the 13th, but we'll see what happens when we get there. Alrighty, on to the recap proper. Day of the Dead color palette is available and in that market for a massive 1 credit, so be sure to snag that before it runs out. They also got the Halloween event going on till November 1st, so don't forget that limited time festivity. Nintendo, they actually showed Switch footage this week. 'Twas only of the Lisette, granted, but it was a solid 30 FPS on the handheld, so not bad. You got just about a month until that does launch, so enjoy. Atlas Deluxe was shown off with a somewhat revenant helmet, so probably gonna swap that one out. We also got a look at the deluxe golems that come with it, and it goes without saying, a chiseled close-up of that beefy buttocks. Fortuna operator cosmetic options, there's going to be 4 to choose from, though I preferred the look of this one the most. Any Metal Gear Awesome fans also mentally screaming, I'm going to be a boss, when first looking at this? Garuda. DE's trying rather hard to avoid Valkyrie comparisons, but I think they should just embrace it at this point and save their energy. 2 of her abilities are almost inverse flips of the Angry Lass. I'm just saying line up a duo bundle of the 2 and let the R34 crowd take it from there. As for those abilities, let's start out with the passive. The lower her health, the higher her damage. This currently caps out at 200% when she's at a pixel, so while it seems, at least to me, kind of weak for that hit to survivability, give me a second, I think she's still very likely to get a nerf before launch. Number 1, instead of pulling enemies to you like Valkyrie, you pull yourself to enemies. See? Totally different, but there's more. Now you can fulfill all your Rhino fantasies as you rip your target in half, gain an Odinata-like directional shield, as well as an antimatter drop like Blood Ball that absorbs damage. The shield has a duration, but you can recast it and launch that Blood Ball back at enemies for a nice squishy explosion. Number 2, a pocket healer for the hungry masochist on the go. You spike an enemy in place and get a free health transfusion when in range. While that helps keep her topped off, what about some player control to crank up her passive? Number 3, while Valkyrie's war cry cuts her shields, here you cut yourself to increase damage and give you energy. Yes, apparently self-harm grants you damage buffs and energy. Be sure to try that one at home, kids. Now, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, the edge is rather strong with this frame. Finally, her ult, Engulfing Blades. It sounds just like it sounds. You know how Vauban's black hole leads to a bunch of enemies sucked in place and everyone going to town on it? Yeah, you become both of those at once. And you can move around as you pull enemies near you into your blades swirling around you, and they do all the messy work for you. So she's a very strong frame, which does make me a bit of a concern. But again, we didn't really see her get completely shut down against nullifiers, and she was played with God mode engaged. So when she has infinite health, kinda hard to gauge how squishy she really is. Reworks. I'm gonna keep this light, as DE said they're so busy with sound effects on Fortuna, of all reasons, as why they don't have these out yet. But they did provide a lot of information, so kind of weird they started the conversation off with sort of an excuse, but anyway, I'm going with it, it's good news. Nyx is getting a new passive that lowers enemy accuracy instead of disarming them outright. Mind-controlled enemies will have a 4-second timer to soak damage, so in essence, unload on them and watch their output skyrocket. Psychic Bolts is gonna debuff enemies, like actually debuff enemies. It's gonna strip shields off Corpus, armor off Grenier, slow Infested, and even remove auras off Ancients. Damn, Daniel. I don't even play her, and this stuff is nice. Chaos is unchanged, though Absorb is getting a tweak to damage either the type or the math involved. They're not very sure yet. As for Titania, less good than Nyx, but safe to say the sprightly young lass is getting some buffs, as actually her buffs are going to stack up and apply all at once. Razorwing is getting a vacuum, hopefully not proportional to her scale, and Lantern will be able to be used on up to 4 targets at once. They won't fly away like it balloons anymore, and you can also finish all of them off all at once if you just hold the button down. Pets 2.0. Starting off with a chart nearly no one on the couch wanted to see, this is the popularity of pets for an undisclosed amount of time. Aw yeah, top 17 baby. But let's jump to the good news. Pet vacuum. It's finally a thing, lads. Somehow took them 2 years to deliver, but there it be all the same. I'm not asking a gift horse in the mouth. And apparently this is automatic, so now the doggos ain't gonna have to manually go over there and fetch the things by paw. But what about the build your own Moas? Well, they expanded on those guys too. Not only can you swap the parts around like Zaws, but they'll be able to equip sentinel weapons. They'll have new mods like a stun and suck grenade that locks enemies in place, then implodes to drag them all together for you. And they'll even have personality cores that changes their sound effects and behaviors. You'll be able to swap between aggressive, sensitive, and curious. And finally, mining is getting a rework. No more tracing required. Just aim at the hot spot, fire, and let go when you're in the zone. Ever play a video game about golfing, or that one ticket dispenser at an arcade where you gotta stop the light in that one sweet spot? It'll be a bit like that, only a bit less rigged if that one carnival game YouTube video showcased. So mark your calendars, synchronize your watches, and save the date, lads. Fortuna's a-comin, just about 3 weeks. I'd prefer to say a month, realistically, but I do prefer to aim low and hope high, as that naturally hedges bets and reality a wee bit. But if this recap saved you some time or brought a smile to your face, we'd be honored if you'd like, favorite, and share this video with your fellow 10-0. Until next time, Legion, thank you for watching, take care.